Okay, so we're gonna do one more today. I had this question. Maybe it was on Instagram or I'm not sure. I don't, it wasn't on Facebook. It wasn't on my Facebook business page, but it was on one of my social media pages. Um, and somebody was asking me if they could use the color. We were going over candle colors for whatever reason, and they were asking me if they could use pink instead of red for love. And I'm like, absolutely, of course. So kind of what I want to talk about here, this is probably just, really old hat for a lot of you guys out there, but I realize that it isn't for some of you. So, we all got learned our first color correspondences. I learned mine when I was like, I don't know, 11 or 12 or something like that. Red's for love, green's for many, blah, 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 blah. And the thing that I don't really get, the thing that doesn't get covered, excuse me, is that love is such a huge, broad spectrum of emotions and situations. It's the same thing with prosperity work. So you can say, oh, well, red is for love, but I mean, what's going on with the love situation? Are you trying to keep your relationship healthy? Is there infidelity? Is your partner having emotional issues from past trauma? Are you are you trying to get pregnant? I mean, there's like a gajillion things going on in a relationship, okay? So I wanted to talk about other colors that we don't usually talk about for these broad subjects. So for love, I use typically red, pink, or blue. I often use blue and pink for reconciliation. I will especially use blue if it is there's something really major going on with trying to reconcile. There's some sort of trauma that's happened. Some major healing needs to happen in the relationship. Pink is very good for love and reconciliation. Red is something I use more for more power, more sexual, more maybe if there is a sexual issue or an infidelity issue that needs to be addressed. But I may also use blue there also because that's also a healing issue. So it's not just red or pink is for love. And sometimes I will use yellow, especially if it's not a romantic love, if it is you're trying to encourage a friendship. Or maybe you have a romantic relationship with someone, but you want to deepen your friendship in there. You are, just because you're married doesn't mean you're not friends. Of course you're friends, or at least that's the goal. So I would use yellow in that case. Prosperity has several colors too, because there are so many areas. So you're trying to obtain a job. For me, I use orange for that because orange is unblocking and it's road opening. And what you need at that time are opportunities. You need opportunities to find a job. So I would use orange for employment, yellow or gold for success in something. Say you got a job or you got an interview date and you want help nailing that interview, or you want help in the first week of that job to make a really good impression with your superiors or your boss or whatever. Of course, there's green. Green is a great prosperity maintenance is a term I like to use. If you're in a good spot in your life and you want to just sort of keep things steady, keep on top of things, green is a great one to burn daily. I like to use brown also for that circumstance. Brown is grounding and it is great for dealing with debt. It is great for keeping your finances where they are, releasing debt, like I said, and just sort of getting a good hold on your finances and your money and your prosperity. Brown is also used in court cases. I often use orange in court cases too. If they have been difficult court cases, if there has been several hearings, if somebody's trying to make it difficult for somebody else, if somebody is maybe lying in court, if the lawyer is no good. I get contacted a lot about that, people who have lawyers that aren't doing anything for them. So I use orange to sort of wipe out all these issues. If this has been an ongoing and it's just this court case has been dragging out for a year or sometimes longer. If there hasn't been any issues, I typically address it with a brown candle for court cases, legal matters. Issues of custody, I typically go with orange to try to, that's as an, road opener to get those children to be in the safest environment with the safest guardian, with the best guardian for them. So let's move on to like confidence, glamour type work. So maybe you've heard of glamour work, glamories, maybe you haven't. This is something, it's kind of, if you probably put that in Google right now, you would get like some really wacky, some really wacky things would come up, like how to change your eye color or something like that, which is just we all know what that is. That's nonsense. But I do believe in using divine power to enhance your confidence, to enhance your aura, to enhance your self-love, your self-esteem, your self-worth. To me, that's what a glamory is. It's kind of a fake it till you make it thing. It's going, hey, I feel lacking in this area of myself, and I'm calling upon you, divine guides, spirits, whoever you work with, to help me through this area and show me my inner strength, show me my inner power, so it can be revealed to me, and I can get a feel for it again. I can remember it, and I can get a hold on it, and I can start to use it, and use it to promote success in my life and reach my goals. I use purple or gray for this. Gray is probably my first choice. A lot of people don't use gray candles, so that's why I'm giving you the option of purple. But gray is really my first choice for glamory. It's a color that represents, in between black and white, and that's really where you're working. You're working in a realm where you are using, it's between your physical self and your spiritual self, and then communication with your guides. So for me, gray is a perfect color for that. Purple is also a great color for confidence and success, and I often use purple in my crown of success workings. Purple and green and gold are the three colors, or yellow are the three colors I use in crown of success workings. So success workings would be like, you're in school, college or high school, or maybe you have some type of testing that you have to take successively to keep your job, like with teaching or nursing. You have these constant tests you have to take, and updates to your criteria, or your licensing, whatever. So this is where I would use purple, gold, and green. I think this is a great combination for success in academics, any type of testing, really. It could be testing to get a job if you're trying to, you're trying to get a specific position, and you have to take some type of testing for that. That's what I recommend for that. If you don't have all three, I recommend going with the purple or the yellow. So grounding, you're just something to prepare you for ritual work, something to prepare you for spell work, maybe just time for meditation every week. Maybe it's just a simple candle that you're lighting to give honor to your ancestors or your guides. For this, I would suggest brown, white, or black. Your preference, most people are probably going to go with white. It's the most obtainable, and it's also just white, we all know white will work for anything. So if you're in a pinch, you can use white for anything. Just, inscribe your candle, your goals on it, and, and call it good. So protection is the one I want to go over next. Protection, I use black, red, or blue. Black, if you feel like you already have something around you or something in your household and you want to absorb it, black is great for that. We know that black absorbs sunlight, so I recommend black for that. I recommend white for just general protection. You want to keep things away. You're not having issues right now, and you don't want any issues, so light a black one. Blue, I recommend if you feel like there is jealousy in your life, or maybe somebody is doing things on purpose to sort of give you hang-ups or get in your way, if you feel like somebody maybe has like the evil eye on you, if you feel like they're purposely working against you and they have tried to jinx you or cross you up, which I think in most cases when people feel that way, I think it's slightly out of paranoia, but occasionally it is true. And it never hurts to work on that. It never hurts to light a blue candle and say, don't go, inscribe it and say, oh, so-and-so's doing this and I want this to happen to them. Just take your candle and inscribe it and say, please let any gossip or slander or malice be released from my life and protect me from protect my life from having it enter in any way, shape, or form again. So, try not to be angry about it. Like that's not a good place to be in for spiritual work, is being angry. Occasionally there are times when you have a right to be angry and you're doing work for justice. Maybe if something terrible has been done to somebody, a terrible crime has been committed, and then of course it's time to get angry, and it's time to ask that karmic retribution be released and that this person receive and understand the feeling and the pain and the harm that they have committed, so that they can then grow as a person and change and move on from this and never commit this type of thing again. But in general, for protection, we don't really need to, involve anybody's names unless we know the exact person. There is somebody absolutely doing something to you. Yeah, I think those are all the basic areas. If I didn't cover one and you want me to cover one, let me know. I can't think of too many other major areas right now that y'all may have questions on. But if you do, like I said, just comment below and I can do another video and I will touch on the subject that you want me to talk about. So, okay, have a great week, guys. Bye.